10 mind-blowing psychological facts about human behavior. Get ready to question your assumptions, because some of these facts might just turn your world upside down. From the bystander effect to the power of touch, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of psychology.
Chapter 1. The Bystander Effect. Have you ever seen someone who needed help, but hesitated to step in because you thought someone else would? That's the bystander effect in action. Imagine this. Someone collapses on a crowded street. You might assume someone else, maybe a doctor, maybe a police officer, is already on the case, but everyone around you is thinking the same thing. It's a strange paradox. The more people present, the less likely anyone is to take responsibility. This diffusion of responsibility is a powerful psychological phenomenon. We tend to think, if I'm the only one here, I have to act. But if there are others, they'll take care of it. We're social creatures, hardwired to follow social cues. So next time you find yourself in a similar situation, remember the bystander effect. You might be the only one who does.
Chapter 2. Cognitive Dissonance. We humans strive for consistency in our lives. We want our beliefs to align with our actions, and vice versa. But what happens when they clash? That's where cognitive dissonance comes in. Imagine this. You're a smoker who knows that smoking is bad for you, but you continue to smoke, creating a conflict between your actions and your knowledge. This dissonance creates discomfort, a kind of mental tension that we're hardwired to avoid. So how do we deal with it? We either change our behavior, or more commonly, we justify it. Cognitive dissonance is a powerful force that shapes our beliefs and actions. By recognizing our own biases and justifications, we can break free from the cycle of dissonance and make choices that align with our true values.
Chapter 3. The Placebo Effect. The placebo effect is a fascinating example of the power of the mind over the body. It's the phenomenon where people experience real, measurable improvements in their health after receiving a treatment they believe is effective, even if it's actually inert. Think about it. A sugar pill, a saline injection, a sham procedure. None of these have any inherent therapeutic value. Yet, countless studies have shown that people who receive these placebos often report feeling better, sometimes dramatically so. How is this possible? It all comes down to expectation. When we believe a treatment will work, our brains release endorphins and other natural painkillers. Our thoughts, beliefs, and expectations have a profound impact on our physical well-being. By cultivating positive expectations and beliefs, we can unlock our body's innate healing potential.
Chapter 4. The Halo Effect. The halo effect is a classic example of a cognitive bias that colors our judgments of others. It's the tendency to assume that someone who possesses one positive quality, like physical attractiveness, also possesses other unrelated positive qualities, such as intelligence, kindness, or competence.
Think about it. We often attribute positive traits to good-looking people, even if we have no other information about them.
This bias is deeply ingrained in our psychology. We're hardwired to make snap judgments based on limited information, and physical appearance is one of the first things we notice about others.
The halo effect has real-world consequences. We might favor attractive candidates for jobs, even if their qualifications are equal to those of less attractive applicants. By being aware of this bias, we can strive to see beyond superficial qualities and evaluate others based on their merits, not their looks.
Chapter 5. Social Proof. Humans are social animals. We're hardwired to seek out and follow the crowd, especially when we're uncertain about what to do. This is the essence of social proof.
Think about it. You're more likely to try a new restaurant if it's packed with happy diners. You're more likely to buy a product if it has thousands of positive reviews.
Social proof is a powerful force in marketing and advertising. Advertisers use testimonials, celebrity endorsements, and social media buzz to create the impression that everyone is using and loving their products.
But social proof isn't always a reliable guide. Just because something is popular doesn't mean it's right for you. By recognizing this bias, we can make more informed choices that align with our own preferences, not the dictates of the group.
Chapter 6. The Dunning-Kruger Effect. Ever met someone who's completely incompetent but utterly convinced of their own brilliance? That's the Dunning-Kruger Effect in action. This cognitive bias describes the tendency for unskilled individuals to overestimate their own abilities, while highly skilled individuals tend to underestimate theirs.
In other words, the less you know, the more confident you are. The more you know, the more you realize how much you don't know.
Imagine this. You're learning a new skill like playing a musical instrument. At first, you might feel like you're making great progress. But as you gain more experience, you begin to realize how much more there is to learn. Your initial confidence gives way to a more realistic assessment of your abilities. Recognizing the Dunning-Kruger effect in ourselves and others is crucial for making sound judgments. By cultivating humility and a willingness to learn, we can avoid the pitfalls of overconfidence and make better decisions.
Chapter 7. The Power of Touch. We often underestimate the power of touch, but it's a fundamental aspect of human interaction with a profound impact on our behavior. Think about it. A firm handshake can convey trust and confidence. A gentle touch on the arm can express empathy and support. A hug can release oxytocin, the cuddle hormone, strengthening social bonds. Touch is a form of nonverbal communication that can convey a wide range of emotions and intentions. In a world increasingly dominated by digital communication, it's easy to forget the importance of physical touch. A simple gesture of physical contact can go a long way in building rapport, strengthening relationships, and enhancing communication.
Chapter 8. Confirmation Bias. We humans like to think of ourselves as rational beings, but the truth is, we're all susceptible to confirmation bias. This insidious cognitive bias describes our tendency to seek out and interpret information that confirms our pre-existing beliefs, while ignoring or downplaying evidence that contradicts them. Think about it. If you believe that climate change is a hoax, you're more likely to seek out and believe information that supports that view, while dismissing evidence to the contrary. We tend to live in echo chambers of our own making, surrounding ourselves with information that reinforces our existing beliefs. Confirmation bias is a major obstacle to critical thinking. It prevents us from seeing the world objectively and making informed decisions. We need to actively seek out diverse perspectives, challenge our own assumptions, and be willing to change our minds when presented with compelling evidence.
Chapter 9. Fear of missing out, or FOMO. In the age of social media, the fear of missing out has become a pervasive social phenomenon. It's that nagging feeling that everyone else is having more fun, living more exciting lives, and generally doing better than you are. Think about it. You're scrolling through your social media feeds, bombarded with images of friends on exotic vacations, attending glamorous parties, and generally living their best lives. You start to feel inadequate, envious, and anxious that you're missing out on all the fun. FOMO is fueled by social comparison. We constantly compare ourselves to others, and social media amplifies this tendency by providing a curated, often unrealistic glimpse into the lives of others. FOMO can have a negative impact on our mental health. It can lead to anxiety, depression, and a constant sense of dissatisfaction with our own lives. We need to focus on our own values, goals, and experiences, rather than constantly comparing ourselves to others.
Chapter 10. The Illusion of Control. The illusion of control is a fascinating cognitive bias that highlights our deep-seated need to believe that we're in control of our own destinies. It's the tendency to overestimate our ability to influence events that are largely determined by chance. Think about it. Gamblers often have lucky rituals or believe they can control the outcome of a roll of the dice. People might choose lottery numbers based on significant dates, believing they have a better chance of winning. The illusion of control is comforting. It gives us a sense of agency in a world that can often feel random and unpredictable. Recognizing the illusion of control is essential for making rational decisions. By accepting the limits of our control, we can make more informed decisions and avoid the pitfalls of overconfidence.
These mind-blowing psychological facts reveal the complexities of human behavior. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more fascinating insights into the human mind.